Hey folks, and welcome to Greg's Golf Shack. Today I want to help you improve your putting from 10 feet and in. So this is 3-foot putts, 6-foot putts, 10-foot putts. The more we can drop putts in that range, the lower our score is going to go out on the course. We might drop as many as 10 strokes if we can dial in this range of putting. Now this video isn't going to be a single magic tip to guarantee that you're going to drop putts within that range. What I'm going to do is explain some of the common misses, why that happens, what we're doing in our swing to have those reoccurring misses, and adjustments you can make to your putting stroke to better dial in those distances and drop those putts. And the things I'm going to talk about don't really focus on just pure strikes or distance and pace or tempo or even reading break. I've got lots of videos on my YouTube channel. In fact, specific videos covering those things, and I'll link them down in the description. You should check those out to better dial in your putting, and even subscribe to my channel because I'm always releasing new instructional content. I'm a certified golf instructor and I want to help you improve your golf game and have more fun on the course. Now, before I awaken my putter from its slumber, I want to show you this cool head cover from Craftsman Golf, monster head cover for square head putters, and it's just fun. It makes me realize when I reach for my putter not to take things too seriously. Have some fun and make some putts. Stay tuned till the end of the video because I'm going to do a quick review of this head cover, and we're going to be doing a giveaway to one lucky viewer. I'm going to give you details on how to qualify for that giveaway. All right, let's make some putts. So putting from 10 feet and in. The main first most important aspect to be able to give that putt a chance to drop is to aim for the distance to be after the hole. So if I'm aiming at this ball marker I have here on the floor, I would like my ball to travel about 12 inches to 18 inches beyond that spot. A shorter putt that comes up short of the hole has no chance to go in. If we veer a little bit left or a little bit right, it still has a chance to drop, but short never goes in. So we want to dial in just enough pace to make sure we're getting it to the hole a little bit past, not too far. Now, one of the most common flaws I see when setting up for a short putt is our alignment. Now, certainly we'd like the putter to be aiming towards the hole, and that's the path that we'd like our putter and the ball to follow. Now, what happens is I find with short putts, a lot of people aim a little awkwardly with their stance. Now, your toe line and your shoulder line should be pretty much in line. Now, people have different postures and stances and swings, so this isn't an absolute formula to tell you you have to stand a certain way, but alignment is important. So if our putter is following along this line here to point at that hole, we would like our toe line and our shoulder line to kind of match that, parallel. So our toes are kind of pointing to the side of the target. This helps ensure that everything is aligning on the right path. The common flaw is people will often aim their feet and their shoulders at the hole. This can cause us to swing inside out and push the ball away from the hole. But what I find even more common is people will open their shoulders, pulling it inside of that target. And even if they have a toe line that is aiming correctly, very often they'll open their shoulders because they're looking at a close target. And it feels like we should be kind of open there. And that causes us to swing along our shoulder line and pull the putt inside. So in demonstrating that alignment, even if our putter is lined up towards the hole, if we close our stance and close our shoulders, it can cause us to pull our putter in and swing the ball out away from the hole. And opposite of that, if we stand open to the target, even if our toe line is straight but our shoulders are tilted open, that can cause us to swing the club away from us and pull the club in and miss the ball inside the target. What we are looking for is a toe line, a shoulder line that is parallel with our target line so our putter can swing along that path and get over our intended target. just like that. Now I realize these are rolling a little bit longer than the target. It's just for demonstration to help show you the path of the putts. And you'll notice that I'm using a ball marker to putt to work on my aim. That's a great practice drill because if you try and putt that ball to a small target, when you get out on the course, that hole is going to feel huge. Now, fault and fix number 2 is our balance. Balance is a really important part of our putting, and we want to try and have the weight distributed evenly between our toes and our heels. The second most common issue I see with people when they're struggling with putting is they get too much on their toes. They kind of lean out towards the ball, and that can be difficult to hit the ball square. If our weight is way out on our toes, it's very easy for us to pull the club in to regain our balance. If we swing away from us, we're going to fall over. So it's kind of natural for us to pull the club in. That'll often cause hitting it off the toe and also pulling the ball inside of the target. So when we set up and we're way out on the toes, we often do that. Alternatively, a lot of folks will get out on their heels, and the opposite happens. When we get on our heels, it can cause us to want to kind of reach out with our putter to avoid falling back. If we're on our heels and we pull our putter in, our balance shifts backwards. So if we have too much weight on the heels, that can cause us to pull the putter in a little bit and then push it away from us, causing this strike and path that pushes the ball out and away from the target. Now, just like our front to back balance, balancing too much on one side or the other can affect our putts. We want to make sure we have a nice, stable base. We don't want to be turning in the putting stroke, and we don't want to be swaying. That's going to alter our path, make it difficult to judge the speed of our putt. We want all that to be stable, almost from the middle of our chest down. And we want this nice triangular sort of shape, the structure between our shoulders and our arms that kind of teeters back and forth like this, like a pendulum. And if we get too much weight on our trail side, for instance, if we shift back and stay there, again, that can cause us, similar to our toes, to pull the club in towards us and miss that target on the inside. And some people like to have a little bit more weight on the lead side, but again, if we have too much weight, if we kind of shift ourselves forward, that can cause us to push the ball because the club doesn't have a chance to release through impact. It's an open face, the path is going inside out, and we miss the target on the outside. So balance is of key importance. I'd like you to get situated there, shift your weight from your toes to your heels, and find yourself a nice stable balance. And what you can do is if you end up on your toes too much, wiggle your toes up and down softly. Get the feel of what it is to move the weight a little further back. And if you find you're a putter that's on your heels too much, just kind of loosen up, do some little steps like that. I like to kind of rock back and forth between them. Find that, then plant your feet, get a nice stable setup, nice balance, and then swing that pendulum right over the target. Now, this final scenario has to do with the actual swing, and very often we'll see people break their hands. The most common is breaking the hands through impact. Less common is people who will kind of get too much forward shaft lean and increase that angle through impact, but it can happen. So what happens when we do that? If we swing back nicely, but then release with the hands, that's going to close the club face again, cause us to hit off the toe a little bit, and that's going to pull the ball on the inside. So if I release my hands early, there we go. Now it's difficult to release the hands too late with a putter, but if we do somehow, that's going to push the ball away from the target because the hands didn't have time to release. So the key to this is figure out what kind of feeling do you like with the putter? Do you like to feel like you're kind of pulling the putt through with your lead arm, or do you feel like you're underhanding, kind of pushing the putter with your trail arm? Some people are pretty good at using both arms equally and getting it through. But, you know, there's some different opinions and different comfort levels. So you have to figure out what's comfortable for you. The key is to make sure that the arms, the wrists, the hands are moving in sequence to the target. We want to feel like we're extending those arms towards the target. Now there's a natural little bit of arc in our putting stroke, but we'd like to feel like we are dragging this putter towards the target. We want to keep it on line as long as we can. So I don't want you to lock your wrists and feel like everything is stiff. That's going to make it very difficult. We want this nice and loose, but we want this pendulum to move as a unit. Now you can experiment with what you prefer, if you prefer the pull or if you prefer the push feeling. One way to kind of get a feeling for that is to pick up the ball and see what it feels like to toss it. See if you can kind of land it on your target by releasing that ball with a toss. So release it like that, pretty close, or grab a ball and release it sort of underhand like this. And what feels more comfortable for you to get it online? Then you can apply that to your putting stroke. Now, I really advocate this backhand pulling feeling with the full swing. To me, I kind of go back and forth. I'm always trying to find what's comfortable for my putting stroke for that day, and I tend to lean towards this pushing motion. I like to feel like I'm underhanding. I feel like that allows me to be more square than feel like I'm backhanding with a putter. So I like to set up, feel like I'm going to have a nice, consistent structure here with my shoulders, my arms, my hands, good alignment, and I want to feel like I'm pushing the palm of my hand towards the target. It's in line with my arm here, and see how it turns out. I missed it a little bit to the right. There must be some break on this floor. But those are some tips that I think you can apply. You can solve some of the problems you're having on the course, make an adjustment, and sink more of those putts. Now, I hope you enjoyed that content. It helps you make more putts out on the course and lower your scores. I'm gonna put this putter to bed here, put it in this fancy head cover here. Now, Craftsman Golf has some different styles of these monster head covers. There's different colors. You can kind of reflect the mood you might be in or kind of reflect the colors you might be wearing out on the course. They're pretty fun and they have all kinds of different head cover designs. If you visit craftsmangolf.com and use discount code GGS for Greg's Golf Shack, you're going to save 10% site-wide on all their products. Now, this head cover is really nice. Really good quality stitching, and that image is really nicely put on there. You can see really high quality. It's actually pretty thick. There's a nice felt interior and it's padded to keep your club nice and safe, and it's got a magnetic clasp to keep it snug on your putter. Now, I really like the magnetic clasps there. They last a long time, and it's not Velcro, so you don't have to listen to that sound all the time, and it doesn't wear down and rip through those Velcro threads. This is really nice. That stitch work is good. The image is fun. Again, it reminds me to have fun out on the course, and we're gonna be giving this away. All you have to do is visit my Instagram page at Greg's Golf Shack, and I'm gonna have a post about the giveaway with a little video and some images of this head cover. Make sure you follow at Craftsman Golf _ on Instagram as well. Like that post and leave a comment that you're interested in winning the monster head cover giveaway. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time on Greg's Golf Shack.